Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Good morning. It is 9 a.m. Do you know where your God is? Do you know where your God is? It's 9 a.m. You know, it's a wild world out here. It's murder everywhere. It's targeted murder everywhere. It's war everywhere. A ever growing and consuming war that is sure to reach. There's always the political narrative, there's a spiritual narrative, then there is a personal narrative. The the fun is when you try to square them, make them all a straight line and make sense. Because sometimes one's spiritual belief can be at odds with one's personal belief, and one's personal belief can be at odds with one's political belief, or they can all be at odds with each other. It's up to you to sort. Is his boss? Can you imagine being reprimanded by AI? it's it would be something between a comedy and a horror show if it wasn't real. And it is real. I hate those two words put together. I really do. I really do. But as time has moved on, there's a few words that I have learned to hate because humanity abuses them, especially here in this side by side. Okay. I mean, with the engine wide open at full speed. And if you can't, if you don't have the intellectual um, makeup to be able to see it, you won't see it. You won't see it, but you are asking the right questions and making the right statements now. And I am shocked by it. I am shocked by it. You starting to get it. I keep saying, get a Bible. It will tell you exactly what 2018. I said the world had a film over it because I was take this candy out of my mouth because I was trying to explain to someone else how it looked to me. It looked like the world had a haze over it. It looked like everything and everybody needed a good wipe. Around the same time, around 2018, and you guys are a little late, but you're not late. What you're on the question and the terms of the timing of the which at the time I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I wasn't who I am now. Now I would have the me now would have immediately seen it. It took me 6, 7 months, maybe a year, to finally see what was going on. That was a massive spiritual attack. Massive. Massive. You have no idea. Something meant to kill every last one of you. Something meant to kill every last one of you. And when I say every last one of you, man, the story is in the Bible. I mean, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, fighting half the Middle East. I mean, who ain't they fighting? I mean, Saudi Arabia launching strikes against UAE, war in the Sudan, China saber rattling. There's no way out of this. And what do all of these other places have in common? Resources. Resources. All except one. Russia, Israel. I say Russia, Israel, because Russia has stepped out of Holy Land to forgive him for the heathens that walk upon it. I'm telling you, get a Bible. He asked the land to forgive him. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? But it's almost over. It is almost over. And in the meantime, in the midst of all this war that's costing billions of dollars, Israel alone has cost the United States $38 billion. Ain't it pressing that? Well, wait a minute. Well, anyway, I'm about to make a mistake. Numbers had just crushed real fast, and I would have made a hot zone. Not necessarily war. It comes at levels. See, some will say that we're on the open. For example, a nation state will say that we're not supporting this cause or that group or this rebel group and that. But behind closed doors, they actually facilitating ammunition, money, guns, and other munitions. But on paper, they're not. These are the types of liars that is on the world stage right now. All of them were things, make agreements, sign contracts, or have any other legal, nothing based in the mechanics of law that would bind them to any action or any deed. Whatever owns them, whatever caused them, that or them or they are responsible. You under new rulership now, different rules. No, because ain't none of y'all free. Ain't none of you free. You do exactly what you're told. Exactly what you're told, down to the T. Down to the T. But at the end of the day, every act, every move, every behavior, every scenario is spiritual. All of it. It is spiritual at this point. Everything. All of it. Okay? Every act, every word, every move, every aspect of what you would deem life is spiritual at this point. It's like the spirit world got dropped on your head. Now, histories, my people, any people really, any of you, if you are poor and struggling or have had to have hell dropped on you just to make a living, you know what I'm saying? Tell me again about your ancestors. Tell me again about your witchcraft. Tell me again about your dark logic. Tell me again about your conjuring. Tell me again about your understanding of power and spiritual power. Tell me again about the aspects of your understanding and your manipulation of a infestation. It is an infestation. Does it look like? I'm not, listen, there are spirits and then there are spirits. There are those spirits, for example, who just want to be judged properly because they will say that we've been lied to, and they had been lied to, and they believed the lie. Some of them from childhood, born for it, bred into it. Like they own both the child consciously and the flesh. And they had been doing it ever. Not today, not tomorrow, and not going back over 4,000 years. It's not going to change. There is a narrative here, the final one. You've all been living a narrative. This is what you don't want to see. You don't want to see. I heard someone say that in 2020, we all died. The old version of us died. You close. You are close. Y'all gonna figure it out yet. I'm not gonna eat it. It's on the breadcrumbs. You asking the right question. That's one of them. And then the devil stood them back up using every spirit he could possibly put a hand on. What if? What if? Hypothetically, maybe. Hypothetically. But let's move on. That's too deep. and you ain't ready for it. God said, give it to them in spoonfuls. This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. And it should hurt. It should hurt because here you are again. What you think that there are some new spirits being made? No, this is like a recyclement. God got all of the spirits you need themselves. And I can tell you that their so-called ancestors and everybody else ancestors will continually spiritually attack them day after day after day after day as they fucking attempt to spread themselves into other bodies. This is what they will do. This is exactly what they would do, is further their infestation, but it's too late. See, I first referred to them as the Borg, and TikTok banned me over having a discussion over a fictitious, I thought, alien species from the series Star Trek, the Borg. You know, I got a strike for that. Like the Borg was an actual existing people. Who the hell is the Borg on this planet? What do they know that I don't know? What do they understand that I also understand? They understood that whoever the Borg is, we're going to have to protect them. Because if the people find out, then they're going to want to hunt down the Borg and do bad things to the Borg, have their way with the Borg. So imagine this. The Borg was a fictitious species on the Star Trek series. Okay. This particular alien species does not have a body. It is a consciousness. Lots and lots of consciousness. Now, to understand the Borg, you kind of have to have a history of them. They were like a actual race at first, and then something happened, and they knew that it was coming, and they had this technology, and they became consciousness. Now, that would be the beginning of the species of the Borg, as we would know them by Star Trek standards. When you see the Borg, run. There's no way of fighting them. If you see the big black cube anywhere, or you detect it on any screen from coming in any direction, you don't talk to them, you don't trade fire with them, you do nothing. Every other species in the intergalactic universe understood this. Run. All except Captain Kirk. Which Captain Kirk was weird, man, because he would sleep with any alien species he bumped into, just like the devil. I mean, green people with antennas. If they had a female version of that species, Captain Kirk is finna get down. That's just how it's gonna be. And back in the gap when I was watching it, I never looked at it this way. This guy's a freak. He has no sexual boundaries. God damn, Jim. Captain Kirk. Anyway, so he was the captain, and he decided he's going to make contact. Now, the Borg comes into your shit like the spiritual world, the world does here. The exact same methodology. Vents, cracks in windows, doors, shit like this. But once it's in, it's in. It's too late. They have taken over entire planets. And I mean, what you got to run by doing what? Taking over the members of that planet or the staffs and crew of that spaceship, taking over their consciousness, making them Borg and the human body. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Well, this is what they do. This is what they do. It doesn't, anyway, I'm off on a whole different tangent. I'm not even a Star Trek fan like that, but the offense is right there. Listen, the same thing has happened here. The same thing has happened here. I thought that you knew. I mean, and I mean, in the terms of your existence now, but you mean it's just static. You know what static mean, right? Imagine the static on your TV set. Well, these days they just have a blank screen. But before the digital, when the stations went off air, it was just static. It looked like a whole lot of snow or sand with black lines in it, just falling and making a sound. That's what static means. It's static. It's always unstatic. But if you stare at that TV screen long enough, you will make something out. Is it really static? You always was. And in a sense of living in death in the death cycle. Now, here's where the shit's going to get dicey on the spiritual level. There, at some point by calculation, there are more spiritual entities than there are bodies available. This is why you see them gang up in one body versus one in another, multiple, sometimes split personalities. Those are not split personalities or multiple personality disorder. No, that's them vying, each of them trying to glean whatever residual memory that they can from the original consciousness. And if they can, that means that the original consciousness can be dead as we know it. It's suppressed. It is suppressed. Maybe even put somewhere else. I've seen times where it was put somewhere else. I can tell you of an experience up in Dallas. Man, I was in this apartment, and every night the guy downstairs would talk. I, I can't even repeat this stuff on a Sunday morning. So finally, spiritually, I had enough. So we go at the problem. And guess where we find him at? We find him, his consciousness, sitting not in the apartment with him, sitting across the parking lot, across a little 5-foot bridge, across a creek, underneath a tree. His whole body has been taken over. He's been forced out. Forced out. He's just sitting there in a whole nother world. I could tell you about, across a little board, across the parking lot. This is his consciousness. And went the fuck home. Then I said, go to sleep. And the motherfucker went to sleep. He went to sleep. Now, the next morning, he had already lost the battle in his sleep. Because he run out of his front door on his way to work, screaming, the aliens are here. The aliens are here. See? Who knows what type of person he really is or was? You can't know. But I do know if you were any kinds of weird shit, saying strange ass things, making no motherfucking sense, and being an overall fucking annoyance to the living. And you don't see any of it. You really don't. You know what? Maybe it would help them if they would allow us to tape them while they doing stupid shit, saying stupid shit. Maybe then they would get it. You really do. And I'm starting to believe that you don't even see yourself doing it. So once again, we can't even judge what man is doing because you're there. And here's the sad thing, some of the truth, then you have none of the truth. It is a lie in that it can be manipulated, and the spaces where the truth was, they can insert falsehoods, false arguments, false doctrines, and did, false precepts, and did. And now they got millions of people believing it, and they have condemned them to this, to this. You have no leadership spiritually, no leadership politically at all. You're on social order or structure or spiritual order or spiritual understanding, whatever it is, then there really is no help. Then there really is no help. I hate to be the one to say that too. It sounds fucked up, but there really is no help. There are limitations. It's because of your free will. And as long and therein lies the problem. This is what has been lost in this exchange. Your free will. You're not exercising your free will anymore. Something else's free will. Someone, no, let's cut to the chase. Something, listen, a human that died in control of the form that you're in now. But who is you? The whole statement makes no damn sense. Who is you? I mean, the statement itself is redundant in terms of the context of which I'm having this discussion. It's redundant. You can't even use words like you anymore. Use words like me or we. It don't exist. That's why everything is off. I can't believe it. You have been thrown into this here to cause. They literally, man, just want a fair shake at this shit. But they can't possibly get a fair shake as long as they have to occupy bodies with some other motherfuckers that feel like they're already condemned. You can't get it. So if we can't get the fuck away from them, I'm sure they can't either. But every now and then I bump into one. And this solitary spirit remains in one house and doesn't bother anyone. Once you know it's there, you can even have a good chuckle. I mean, this is how I know what. But Satan was able to get in their ear, get in their heart. Now, it caused a big ass uproar, a uproar that led to heavenly war and the fallen. Now, here's one of the summations of the testimony of one of the fallen. I don't want to make a mockery of it. Normally I would, but not this morning, because they kept saying over and over, he lied to us. He lied to us. He's angry from the beginning to the end. I keep saying he's like a child that just don't get it. It was you who overstepped your boundaries. God didn't overstep you. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? He made you. You didn't make him. Well, again, I must ask, what the fuck is wrong with you? To the point that you can't get in your head that I did dirt. I had to have been right. Well, if you was right, then you would be ruling heaven now, wouldn't you? He wouldn't have created a whole hot firebox specifically for you and yours. Always a twilight. I don't know what this is about. That seems to be a standard a part of these stories. It's always like a twilight. And there's real buildings, but in the background, there's a moon that never goes down that rises above a fucking volcano that's always threatening to erupt. I'm talking about always threatening, and it ain't no more than 200 yards from the plantation or the spiritual realm that they keep some of these spirits in. And they're walking their asses around against. And I go back to, you didn't know. So all this time I've been thinking basically that this is just you, that you left your evil and you came back your evil. So that means the spiritual world ain't even in no way, shape or form isn't even in any control of themselves as individual spirits. Damn, do anybody have free will? Damn, not even the spirits have it. You ain't gonna tell me shit after I'm dead. Shit is being spoken um into reality. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. I look out of my window, out of the hotel window, and there's this girl with blood red hair standing in the middle of the fucking parking lot, chatting shit, making movements with her fingers, looking up at my window, trying to cast a spell. So would I have been wrong to walk out of the motel room and just blast the gate her ass? Because it was that same day, and I came back with, well, if you exist, then obviously you have a right to, but stay to your fucking selves. Now, what that ended was me openly slaying them every chance I got, openly being vile in every manner toward them every chance I had. That calmed down. But we had a understanding. I don't fuck with you. You don't fuck with me. You do what you do. You know, I know, you're there. As long as we both have this understanding, then there's order. There is order. There's off. It's because of millions and millions and millions of you. Now I have to ask myself, can I wake you up? And why would I want to wake you up? You waking up on your own. How long you been asleep? Maybe if you start to see you as the crux of the issue, then we can start to fix this shit with less and less bloodshed. There will be bloodshed still. But once you come to certain understandings, then it's less and less bloodshed. There's less and less bloodshed. That body that you inhabit will be judged. I didn't ask to be here. And once again, I find myself here, this time in this predicament. This predicament. Satan didn't come to me and say, well, would you like to live again? No, I just kind of got here. But this time, I'm going to do shit right. This time, I ain't going to do what got me scared to actually walk into the light, metaphorically speaking, for fear of what was there. I'm trying to make this easy. Okay, then cool. Two people win. But I promise you, if you are trying to condemn that person, former brother, this is the type of brother that, and don't get confused by the term brother, that will tell you openly he walks with demons. He will tell you this. And someone asked me, is he dangerous? Oh, well, yes. He's dangerous. He's dangerous. If you ain't, let's just leave that there. He's dangerous. But the demons themselves are not in agreement if they can come to me and have a conversation with me. I say, dude, in my mind, we already talking. He say, nah, let's talk. He looked at the floor, 30, 40 seconds, a minute, and looked up, and he wasn't there no more. And the discussion began. And you could have cut the tension in the air with a knife. I mean, all you needed was a burning candle and a goddamn Ouija board. I'm talking about time inside the house was like it was fucking still. What the total silence. Nothing. I couldn't even hear background noise of the cars passing by, taking as many souls, not winning. You think they don't see that? You think that they don't see how fucked up that is? They do. They do. It's with any other structured leadership, which I don't believe in structured leadership because you're just going on to shoot the leader or the leadership, and then you have total chaos after that. I believe in making everybody a leader or making the bastard guess who's in leadership. Shit, all of us is the captain. We all the captain, and we all the sergeants, and we all the lieutenant, whatever, whatever, whatever. Take me. I am in turmoil in their camp. That's why shit is in turmoil here. They're trying to hold together a spiritual aspect, a geopolitical aspect, and a sociological aspect at the same time, and it can't be done. It's moving too fast. And then you inject a virus into the matrix, me, it's over. They can never stamp out all of the fires. Never. They can never build enough algorithms to pacify all of their issues. They can't. It's a hell of a rabbit hole. And it starts with spirituality. Everything is spiritual now. Every step, every move, every turn, every push of the eyeglasses, every look to the left, every spoken word, every step taken, every act is spiritual now. And while they do what they call waking up, you've been woke. No, you just, and I had to come, anyway, anyway, do what you're avoiding, but you can set the record straight. Set the record straight. If it's somebody else's fault, it's somebody else's fault. Good day. I'm Source. I'm Settling. I am going.